Good morning. Sharing title. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. I hope you all are having a great morning so far and that you've already had your morning tea and your morning coffee. Welcome to the final installment of the Her Morning Coffee series here on Instagram. We're actually also live on Facebook to bring in our Facebook friends. But today we're going to wrap up the series. So if you've been tuned in all week, put a coffee emoji in the comments. If you've been here all week, either live or you've caught all of the replays, put a coffee emoji in the comments for me. Make sure you share this out with your friends and with your tribe. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to wrap up by talking about the 4-step process for creating an offer that your audience will love. Each of these trainings has been building upon each other. Even if you have been here all week, I do encourage you to go back and rewatch some of them, because some of these concepts, you have to hear it a couple different times for it to hit home, because some of the questions that you guys have been asking, which have been good questions and I've been answering them, a lot of them have already been answered in the training. So all of the replays except for yesterday's is on IGTV. For some reason, IGTV was hating on me yesterday, and it was every time it got to 90% uploaded, it kept saying upload failed. So I've uploaded yesterday's training, which was on how to book yourself solid. That training is available on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. My Facebook page is facebook.com/Kashira. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/Kashira Moffat. So, my name is Kashira, for those that did not know. And I am a brand strategist and business coach, and I help women entrepreneurs package their expertise, brand their brilliance, and monetize their online presence. And I do that via my published books, which are on Amazon, my membership community, and my private coaching through the Power Collective. And you can learn more about me at thepowercollective.co. All right, so let's jump into today. 4 steps for creating an offer that your audience will love. So while I'm diving into step 1, for those of you that are on live or even catching the replay, do me a favor and just put in the comments what you do or what you aspire to do. So if you are a fellow business coach, put business coach in the comments. If you are a nutrition coach, put that in the comments. If you own a makeup line, put that in the comments, because I want to see what range of industries and offers we could potentially have in here, so that if I need to go deeper into some of these points, I can. So just let me know in the comments what you actually do. And if you see someone that you need to network with, make sure you go ahead and follow them, because we're all about sharing the love over here. So that's just to make sure that we're clear. I'm talking about creating the offer, not selling the offer. We talked about that yesterday, okay? So step 1 is getting clarity on the specific purpose of the offer, okay? Clarity on the purpose. We've already talked about getting clarity on who your customers are and understanding their problems and their pain points, talking with them, surveying them, focus groups, all of that stuff. But you want to get clarity on the specific offer, and clarity is actually step 1 in the fast track framework, which if you guys have not clicked the link in my bio and downloaded that free training, I do encourage you to do that for your weekend homework so you can start to apply that framework to your business. But clarity is so important. So here's what I mean by clarity of the offer. It has to be specific. It has to be specific. Some people's offers are way too general and way too generic. Here's what I mean by that. Sometimes we feel like I need to put out the program or the course or the service that's going to help them do everything, solve all of their problems. So here's an example. This course is going to help you launch, grow, and scale your business. That's a lot. That course should last 2 years if it's actually going to help you do all of that. Launch, grow, and scale. And if you think about it, the person that needs help with the beginning stuff and the launch phase more than likely doesn't even know what it means to scale. That probably sounds overwhelming to them. And I've coached enough beginner and new entrepreneurs to know that even though growth sounds good, that's actually not that person's first priority. Remember, we talked about on Wednesday, you need to understand their biggest problem, their biggest challenge first. You can't sell them the ending and you haven't given them the beginning, right? It's like, let me start here first, okay? So when you think about it, that sounds overwhelming to the person. General courses don't sell. Generic courses don't sell, especially if you are new and you're trying to lay the groundwork for your brand and you're trying to be known as an expert in a certain thing. If all you're talking about is this one thing is to help you launch, grow, and scale, people aren't going to remember that and they aren't going to remember you, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that this one offer you're doing right now has to be the only thing you sell at, long term. But right now, let's go deeper into the specifics of what they're going to get from that. Here's some examples of specific courses, right? So an example of a course that I have is called Live Stream Unlocked. That course is literally meant to teach you how to sell your products and services using live stream video. That is very specific. I'm not teaching you how to sell using Instagram posts. I'm not teaching you how to sell using Facebook groups. I'm not teaching you how to sell in general. I'm teaching you how to sell on live stream. And that course consists of a 4-part module. Okay, the Facebook stream messed up. That's okay. So it consists of four modules that teaches you which platforms make the most sense for you, live streaming software, how to screen share, how to format your live streams, X, Y, and Z. That's an example of how to have a specific offer. Another course that I have, these courses aren't open for enrollment right now, but just to give you some examples, Side Hustle Success. The whole point of that is to teach somebody that has a 9-to-5 how to actually create a side hustle while still managing their career. And so I'm taking them through the fundamentals of how do you even figure out which of your skills makes the most sense to have a side hustle on, how do you create your first offer, how do you use social media to sell it, and how do you balance your time so that you're not negating your career, or if you don't like your job, how do you still not let that you don't like it show while you manage this other thing. I'm not teaching them complex funnels or anything like that, because in a 9-to-5 they're starting off, they're just trying to figure out how do I make this idea take shape versus how do I make it do all of these millions of things. Does that piece make sense? Does it make sense around how to make your offer really specific? In fact, your audience should be able to tell it back to you. If I present an offer to you, I want them to be able to tell me back, what is this offer going to do for you? Or what is it going to provide you? It has to be very specific, okay? It has to solve a specific problem. It also has to answer the question, what's in it for me, on the side of the customer, right? If they can't walk away and say, here's what I'm probably going to get from this, or here's some questions that I may have regarding the expected outcomes, then there's a problem. If people don't have questions in general about the offer, then that means there's an issue, because they are not comprehending it enough to say, am I going to get this? Am I going to learn that? Blah, 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 blah. How does this all fit in, right? So you want to make sure that you answer the what's in it for me question. If it's too general, it won't answer that. Okay. So you want to have clarity on the specific purpose of the offer. If you find yourself constantly throwing things in, you may want to take a step back. And I know it goes against everything that we probably know, because we think, more is better, give them more. And there are ways you can still pack in some extras without making your course do too much, right? There's courses that just teach you how to create a course. It doesn't teach you how to launch a business. It doesn't teach you how to onboard clients, whatever. It teaches you how to have a course, right? So just thinking through, how can I just break this down even smaller? The second step for creating an offer your audience will love is thinking about the delivery of your audience. This is why talking to your people consistently, not just when you're launching something, but consistently, is going to help you with this. You have to understand how your folks like to learn and how they like to grow. This is where your free content comes in. Pay attention. Is your audience more engaged when you go live? Are they really engaged in your emails? Are they always tuned into your webinars? If you've made an offer for, hey, this week I'm doing one-on-one 30-minute calls, who wants to sign up? If those things really sell, pay attention. Again, I'm going to also go back to surveys. There was one year I surveyed my community, and it was a regular survey form. It wasn't through social media. And my incentive for people to actually do these is I always offer some kind of giveaway. And I'll just say, hey, at the end, if you want to be in a giveaway, put your email down here, but I'm not going to associate your email with your responses. So I typically get a good amount of responses based on doing a giveaway. And it's always, a gift card or something of one of my offers. And I was asking them, if you were to make a high level investment in your business, what method would you want to learn? Would you want it to be a mastermind? Would you want it to be a retreat? Would you want private coaching? Would you want it to be group coaching? Would you want a course? Would you want a course that was a hybrid of group coaching and course, right? And overwhelmingly, the responses were private coaching. That was making a lot of sense because I wasn't seeing as much interest in this point in courses when I was getting ready to start. And I didn't launch the 4th installment of my Brand Society course, but I was getting ready to. And I'm really glad I didn't when I got that survey, because more than likely that launch probably wouldn't have worked right. And it wasn't necessarily going to be indicative of my skill set or my qualities. It was just more so my audience was over the courses. They wanted more something private. Not that anything's wrong with courses, but typically people in my demographic want more personal attention. They want more specific advice, and they want to be able to bounce ideas and have that accountability off of me directly. No problem. So it also wasn't a surprise that when I relaunched my private services early last year, my private coaching, that they sold out. It all made sense, right? But your audience may be different. You may have an audience of really busy single moms who are interested in whatever it is you're talking about, but they cannot commit to weekly or monthly phone calls, right? They may be the ones that are like, let me just buy the course, let me get access to the content, and let me take it when I'm able to take it. You may have that kind of tribe, but you will never know that unless you ask. Now, here's the other thing. You have to start to read between the lines. Your audience is not going to build your business for you. At some point, you have to step in and be the expert and say, what is the best delivery method for this topic? There are some things that just have to be on video. There are some things that have to be written. There are some things that I have to talk you through in order for you to understand it, right? So you have to also do that. But keep in mind, when you're surveying your folks, you also want to ask about their lifestyle, because they may say they want this, but their lifestyle may not actually be indicative of that. So then when it's time to buy, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot that I have all of these different competing responsibilities and I can't actually buy this course that you spend all that time buying. So start to ask them, like, do you have kids? Yes or no? DM me your kids' ages. We can talk, like, if you're a mom and you can relate. I'm not a mom, so I can't relate. Start asking, like, hey, tell me in this Q&A poll what you do for a living. Let me know whatever else, right? Because you need to start to read between the lines. And that's when you're an entrepreneur, you have to just step up and start to do that. You have to pay more attention to your folks or hire somebody to do it for you. But again, thinking about, you're the expert here. At some point, you have to start answering these questions for yourself. At some point, you have to just jump in. And at some point, you have to put something out there and just see what happens, okay? And every time I do an actual launch, even if the launch is successful, I always do a post-launch survey to those that did not buy. And I simply ask, why didn't you enroll? Feel free to be brutally honest, right? And I'll give them like a checkbox that says, did you not enroll because the price was too high, time commitment, whatever else, personal reasons. And I give them a comment box, and people are very honest. And thankfully, I've never gotten any feedback like, no, I'm just not interested in you, like, you suck. Like, I've never gotten that. It's always like, I really want to do this, but I just started grad school and I'm really nervous about the time commitment. Or I just had an issue with my family, blah, blah. Like, my audience, I don't know about your audience. My audience, they tell the truth, right? They're like, hey, I just lost my job. And even though I know this would make sense for me, it's still scary, right? Like, I like to know those kinds of things, right? Because it just gives me a deeper understanding of my tribe, what's going on with them, and how to move forward. And if I get someone that's just like, hey, like, I really wanted to do this so bad, but right now money is for real an issue, I'm not forcing them to buy anything. I'm just like, I'm not forcing them to buy this course they can't afford. I'm like, here's something cheaper for you to get you started, so that way you can still make some progress while you're getting ready, etc., right? So that's something else to think about in terms of, like, how are you delivering the offer? The second piece for delivering the offer is making sure that you're specific on what's included. So if you've ever been to, like, a website where you were like, hey, they said that this comes with a ton of videos. but they don't tell you the number of videos. They don't tell you what the videos are about. They don't tell you anything. It's just a ton of videos, a ton of downloads. Would you buy something that said this comes with a ton of videos and a ton of downloads? Or would you buy something that said this comes with a ton of videos on business strategy that's going to help you grow your business? Well, what kind of videos, right? Because if you need help growing your business, more than likely you pretty much know that I need help with social media, or I need help with my email, or I need help with understanding how to sell over the phone, etc., etc., etc. So if you're including videos or downloads or tools or anything like that with your offer, it needs to be specific. And so if you're trying to pre-sell something you haven't created yet, that's okay. But you want to at least start to predetermine what those things are that you're going to create so that you can go ahead and put that on a sales page. The more specific you can be, the better, and it's going to help you sell. Because again, when people are reading your sales pages or listening to your sales pitch, they want to hear, this is for me. This is exactly what I need. I love that. That's the exact template I need. That's the exact workbook I need. Blah, 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 blah. Is this making sense? Let me know in the comments. Does that part make sense? Okay. So I can go deeper if I need to. So if you're just coming in, we are talking about how to create an offer your audience will love. Point number 1 was getting clarity on the purpose of the offer, being as specific as possible. Point number 2 was talking about the delivery of the offer. You know, is it a course? Is it private coaching? If so, how many calls? If it's a course, how many videos? How many downloads? What are the exact objectives? Okay. All right. Point number 3. Value over risk. Your offer has to provide more value for the person than risk. Risk for our customers is 2 things: time and money. So your offer has to give more value than the associated risk of this person spending their money with you and their time. Here's how you combat that concept. Again, the more specific you are around what they're going to get from it and what they should be able to do after the offer, then the more value you're providing. Okay? You want to make sure that you are clear on, here's all of the things you're going to learn, because that's different. Those are objectives. And here's all of the things you're going to get from it. Okay? So when they see that, they're able to understand, these are some of my biggest challenges. It's actually worth the risk, aka money, time, whatever else. But other things you can do to combat that is throwing in bonuses. This is where you get to fatten up your offer, right? Without making it so overwhelming for you and for the customer. So throwing in bonuses like, hey, when you enroll in this course, it's going to teach you. So this is my example, because I don't like speaking in hypotheticals. I like being specific. So when I sold the live stream course, Live Stream Unlocked, that taught people how to sell via live stream, the bonuses I threw in were videos on how to sell over the phone, how to sell as an introvert, how to sell over webinars, and I believe I threw in my content creation masterclass, because that class talks about just social media in general. So why do you think I threw those bonuses in there? Those bonuses in themselves can be their own courses. Each of those offerings was at least a $300 to $400 value. Throwing those bonuses in at no extra cost, you don't have to pay anything extra, increase the value of the offer and decrease the risk for that person, because they now are getting more value for their dollar. They're only paying X, but they're getting Y, Z, A, B, and C. And it has more power to make these things bonuses than just to make them included in the course, because everyone likes to feel like they're getting something extra, right? And also keeping in mind, my course is really specific to live stream, right? So when it comes to the bonuses, it's like, hey, these are things that you don't necessarily need right now, but you may need in the future. And I'm being forward thinking for you, because once you conquer live stream and you're able to learn how to really maximize this, you're going to want to graduate at some point to doing webinars. And you're going to want to learn how, when you get people on the phone, how to sell to them and how to get them to be interested in what you have going on. So I'm throwing these extras in for you. Bonuses help. Other things you can do to help decrease risk include money back guarantees, refund offerings, and you can say, hey, like if you sign up for this thing and within 7 days you looking at everything, we've had our call and you just feel like this isn't for you, that this is not a good decision, no questions asked, right? Money back. I've seen other people do 30-day guarantees where it's like, hey, if you actually do everything I tell you to do in 30 days and you can show proof that you did everything and you didn't see results, you can get your money back. You can offer those. You can also offer payment plans, right? Like payment plans help people feel better about making certain investments. It's scary for people to spend 4 figures up front, but if they're able to break that up over a certain number of months, that just makes it easier for them to swallow, and it makes it feel like less risk to them. Keep in mind that your payment plans don't have to be the exact duration of the program. Your program can be 2 months, but the payment plan can stretch 3 to 4 months. You can also have it where they're prepaying, they're just starting their pre-work, but the program doesn't start for another month or so that way you can get the payments collected, right? And you can have terms and conditions around how that works. But there's just a lot of other things you can do. Okay, so any questions on the value over risk piece, you can put them in the comments. And the last piece is incentive to take action now, because we can all come up with reasons. We can all come up with reasons why we should wait on this, right? Why I should enroll next cohort, why I should sign up for this service later on in the year, right? Like people can come up with 1,000,001 reasons as to why not now. So you have to give them reasons to say why now, right? So some examples of ways you can get people to actually take action now: make it limited availability. Hey, I only have 3 spots in this program, right? If you're on my email list and I sent you an email this morning reminding you to tune in for this training, and I talked about how for the fast track coaching program, the private coaching program, hey, I only have 5 spots available. Once those are filled, they're filled until I don't even know when, because it's like a hybrid kind of roll-off thing, but it's like, limited availability creates scarcity. And I advise you to actually be honest about it. Like, you don't want to lie, because if you say you only got 2 spots and then next week you're like, oh, I actually have 5, it's like, come on now, right? So limited availability is one option. You can also make it a limited time offer where, hey, you guys ever seen people who have courses that only open once a year or 2 times a year, right? Limited time offer can also help people move quickly on making decisions. An early bird rate. Early bird rates are really good opportunities. Like, hey, if you enroll within the next 2 days, you're actually going to get $100 off the course. Here's the promo code, but it's set to expire. So you can offer an early bird rate on your offers. I don't necessarily have an early bird rate for my services, but you may not know, but I actually have a consultation fee for my consultations. Like, you have to pay a fee to have a consultation. It helps to ensure that the people who are signing up for calls are actually serious, right? And what I offer them is a refund on that fee if they move forward with the service within 48 hours. Right now, if you click the link in my bio and watch the 4-step fast track framework training, you actually get offered a complimentary branding breakthrough consultation, right? And it's a special promotion that I'm offering for those that take the time to actually watch this training and apply what's in the video. But most of the year, I don't have free consultations. So me giving you your consultation feedback, crediting it towards your payment or towards your contract is my version of like an early bird rate or move quicker rate, right? So that's one example. You can also offer special bonuses. And what special bonuses mean in terms of taking action now, because we talked about offering just bonuses in general for the course, you can offer a fast action bonus and or a pay in full bonus. So fast action, you can define what that means. For some people that means 24 hours. For some that can be up to 72 hours. But you can say, if you make a decision to enroll in this course or sign up for this service within the next 24 to 72 hours, you will get this special bonus. You will get an extra coaching call, or you will get this extra course or this extra video or these extra office hour sessions at no extra cost. This is just a reward to you for not only taking action, but for taking action quickly. Or this is a reward for you for paying in full, right? So you can do one of the two. So you have to figure out which one is more important to you, because too many bonuses is confusing. So is it more important for you to have them pay in full, or is it more important for you to have them take action fast, right? And then offer those incentives. And you want to make them good. You don't want to make them basic. Like if your program is $2,000 to $3,000, nobody's paying in full or taking action quick because you're offering them a free ebook. Like, it needs to be good. So Here's another example. So right now, you guys know that I'm looking to fill spots for the 90-day fast track program as private coaching, right? So 2 incentives that I'm offering right now is, one, everyone that signs on, and that is a good fit, first of all, but then signs on for the program, they're going to get a complimentary ticket to my conference, Hustle Her Way, this summer. The second thing they're going to get is a full 1-year complimentary membership to my membership community, Bombshell Business Society, right? Normally what I do for my clients is they get a complimentary 90-day membership after their program is over. But those that sign up now get a full year. So that's that's what I mean by like extra benefits that you can offer limited time throughout the year to get people to take action quicker rather than later, okay? So those are the 4 tips that I have. A couple other I have one other tip for you. For those of you that are into like digital products or classes or even physical products, bundles help. So if you're having a really hard time selling an individual ebook or an individual class, consider bundling those things up. So you all know, you may not know, but if you're on Facebook with me, you know that I just recently removed the This Is Her Movement site, even though it's technically still up because I forgot to close it, but it's still up. But the only thing that's up is the shop. And I did a massive 65% off blowout sale on everything in the shop. I have maybe 12 items in there. The best sellers were the Grow Your Brand bundle, the Grow Your Business bundle, and the Launch Your Beauty Business bundle, right? And each bundle came with like, the Beauty Biz bundle came with 3 items, but there's a vendor list in there, so people are really excited about that. But the Grow Your Biz and the Grow Your Brand bundle came with like 5 offerings, and it was a mix of classes, ebooks, and digital downloads. Those were the best sellers, even though all of those items were available individually in the shop. So it may make sense for you to bundle some of your things, and this can be a year-round thing or for special promotions, but is there an opportunity for you to take a couple of your products that align with each other, give it a cute name, and bundle it up? Do you have, a live stream bundle, an email marketing bundle? I'm just giving examples from my particular niche, but other things you can do. In my makeup business, I do a summer beauty box bundle. I've done mystery boxes. I've done holiday boxes. I've done different things that allow me to bundle up products, put it in a U box, send it off to people, and that also helps me to hurry up and move inventory when I need to make room for stuff because, all this inventory in my house is driving me crazy. So that's what I mean by creating bundles. So I want to throw that other tip in there for those of you that have individual products. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the conclusion of the Her Morning Coffee series. Let me know, how did you like the series? Because I'm thinking about, I haven't made a decision yet. I'm thinking about keeping it going. It won't be every day because I'm burnt out, but I'm thinking maybe 2 to 3 times a week we can have a Her Morning Coffee chat here on Instagram Live. We can continue to talk about trainings. You all can give ideas on what you want to hear about. But let me know in the comments, would you like to see the Her Morning Coffee series continue? If you're watching the replay, you can still DM and comment. Let me know if you want the series to continue. Your homework for the weekend is 1, get caught up on all of the replays. Remember, they're all on Instagram TV except for the Sold Out Solid training, which is on, the Sold Out Secret training, which is on Facebook and YouTube. Get caught up on all of the trainings, take good notes, and create your action plans based on what you've learned. And then the next step is for you to click the link in my bio so that you can watch the 4-step framework training. In that training, I talked to you about how I was able to earn over $46,000 in 88 days without working crazy hours. And then I give you the framework that I use in my business to do that, which is basically about creating multiple streams of revenue and how I've helped my clients to do the same thing. And that training is only 18 minutes long, so you'll be able to get it done quickly and take good notes. And my rule of thumb, whenever you watch a training, you should always set for yourself 1 to 3 goals or tasks that you want to accomplish in your business based on what you just learned. It ensures that you're always in execution mode and that you're always taking action instead of just being a sponge by yourself and not actually doing anything, okay? Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. And thank you all for your support. We have some really good comments coming in. I'm glad you all found this helpful. I'm glad you all want to see this coming back. So just stay tuned to my Instagram stories. I'll let you know if and when Her Morning Coffee is coming back. We've been doing pretty good with getting you all off of here by 9:30 so you can go on about your day. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye.